Hello, third grade students. Today we are going to be working on the mixed media portion of our Keith Haring project. Notice that I have some paints, I have some markers, I have some colored pencils. If I wanted to grab some crayons or anything else, I am welcome to do that because this is a mixed media project, which means you are grabbing more than one tool to actually create your pictures. With this, you are going to start with doing the figures with just solid colors. Like if you remember looking at Keith Haring's work, all of his figures were completely solid colors. Now, his background sometimes had a little bit of texture in them. If you want to put some texture in the background, you're welcome to do so. But the main thing is that the figures, no faces, no clothes, no shoes, no hair, nothing like that. You do want to keep them one solid color. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through on this first one, and I'm going to make this figure orange. Notice that if I'm making him orange, I'm going to do the entire figure orange. When I color, I want to take my time and I want to do my best craftsmanship. Craftsmanship is basically just a fancy word that means that you're taking your time, you're looking at the details, you're not rushing through something. If I just color like this, that would not be my best craftsmanship. Notice the top of my figure is completely solid. There's no white spots. The bottom of my figure, I rushed and I kind of scribbled through. I want to slow down. I want to take my time. And I want to get all of those pieces in there nice and filled in. Now, as I'm working here, I just realized I totally forgot to do something. I didn't put a piece of paper underneath. If you have nothing important underneath, not a big deal. You can see though, mine started to bleed through because I'm using like a fancier marker. But if you put a piece of paper underneath, that's gonna block out that back spot so that way it doesn't bleed through on you. Once you're done, remember we're doing something with mixed media. Mixed media means that you're doing at least two different things. So I did marker, I have colored pencils, I could choose crayons, I could use, either oil pastels or something. I'm actually gonna do paint. I love to paint. Painting just makes me happy. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to paint the background of my figure. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna paint that background. Again, I'm looking at craftsmanship, which means I'm getting into those little tight spots there, and painting all the way up to the edges of my figure. If you don't wanna paint, you don't have to paint. If you don't have paints, no big deal. I'm just painting because, again, I really like painting. Makes me happy. Maybe you prefer colored pencils, or maybe you prefer crayons. It doesn't matter. The point is that you're doing something that is mixed media. Again, that you're picking two supplies to put together. So I chose markers and I chose paint to put together. Now, you could do like a combination of marker and crayon, combination of colored pencil and paint, colored pencil and oil pastels, whatever you got around the house is fine. Some of you might even have colored Sharpies. Maybe you want to do something with colored Sharpies in the background. That's fine. Or even, I'm just trying to think, maybe you even have like a glittery paint or something like that and you want it to be kind of fancy. So I'm going through, painting the background of my figure, again, thinking about craftsmanship, getting into those small details. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, sometimes Keith Haring puts texture in the background of his picture. Sometimes he draws actually a line across and has his figure standing on something. If you want to do something like that, you are welcome to do so. I don't expect you to do it, but the one thing that you want to watch though is if you're not doing like a second part of the background, keep it one solid color. Same thing with your figure. Your figure should not have eyes. It should not have a face or anything like that. So make sure that you keep an eye on that when you do your picture. All right, I'm gonna do a time lapse now so that way we can speed it up a little bit and we can get you guys creating. Enjoy.